Have you ever been working on a script, you run it, and it just crashes with an error that tells you nothing? This script connects to an iOS XR device via gNMI and parses the interface data. I have a key error here, openconfig if Ethernet, and the traceback gives me the line where it is failing. So I have the key here, but it is failing and I don't know why. So I need to inspect the data that it's being returned from the gNMI call. This is when using a debugger is super useful. My first instinct, and probably yours, add a print. So let's see what value is. Save it and run it. And there's a lot of data. Pretty hard to see what could be happening. Can you spot what is missing? I could add more prints, but this will get pretty quickly messy. But don't worry, there's a better way. I'm Jesus Illescas, developer advocate with Cisco DevNet. Today I'm going to solve this key error using VS Code Debugger and show you why it's a massive upgrade over a print. We're using a gNMI script that talks to an iOS XR device on the DevNet Always-On Sandbox, a free lab environment that anyone can use. Link in the description below. Let's set up the debugger and find out what is going on. To use the debugger on VS Code, you need under the .vscode directory a launch.json file. On this file you will define the configuration. You have name, a type, the debug py, you can install it via an extension, the type of request, the program. This tells VS Code which program it will use to debug. Just my code, if it has to debug just my code as it says, or any library that I might be using. The console, which console should be using, the integrated terminal or the internal console or the external terminal if you want it. And finally some redirect output, in this case so I can use something called debug console. The next settings are not really required for the debugger to run, but I like to use them, so this is more automated. So under VS Code I have a settings.json file, and here I have two lines. And the first line, it tells VS Code to use environment variables from an M file, and also tells VS Code which should be the interpreted path. Since I'm using UV behind the scenes, I'm telling VS Code, hey, this is the virtual environment I want you to use. Once you set it up, just press F5 and you are ready to go. When you use the debugger, you will get some controls. Step over moves to the next line. Step into goes inside a function call. Step out finishes the current function. Continue runs to the next breakpoint. When you use the debugger, these are your best friends. Let's start our investigation, and for that we need to set a breakpoint. The recommendation is to put the breakpoint where the code is broken. In this case, if we see our messages, we can see that on line 72 we get an error. So let's go to that line, and on the left of the numbers I can click, and this red point is a breakpoint. So now I can press F5 and the debugger session will start. Once the debugger is running, you can see we get a lot of useful information. But let's focus on the left side. We have variables, we have a watch panel, a call stack, and the breakpoints. So since we have a lot of data, let's minimize these panels and let's expand the variables. And in this case, I can see right away the val variable, the contents. So if I click here, I can expand it, and I can see here is a key that we are missing, the error. So this is saying me that I mean, this works, so we need to figure it out why it's not working. Remember that the debugger pauses at the breakpoint. So in this case, to investigate why it's not working, let's click the continue button. But pay attention on the interface that we are, in this case, gigabit 000. So let's continue, and now I can see that I am on interface 001, and I can see the key here, so this is fine. Let's move forward to the next interface, and here is something interesting to see. If you see, we have an interface called null 0. That means that it doesn't exist. This is an iOS XR specific implementation, but are you noticing something interesting? Something that is missing? We don't have the key that we are expecting. So this is the bug. The code assumes every interface has an Ethernet configuration, but the null 0 interface is a software interface, not Ethernet layer. However, going by one, reviewing each entry can be a bit slower. Let me show you a faster way. Remember that we have more panels, and one of them is the watch panel. In this case, here I can add expressions. So for example, let's click the plus button and add one expression. In this case, reviewing if my key is invalid. And we can also get another one, val.get.name or unknown, and close. As you can see, I don't have auto-completion here, but that's okay. Now, to see the value, let's restart the debugger. And now that the debugger is starting again, I can see right away the values that I'm interested in, the name, and if the key is present. And then I can click continue and see that, okay, for the next interface is present, but for the next one is not. Now let me show you a very powerful and very nice feature that we also have on the debugger. Here on the terminal, if we go to the left, we can find the debug console. And here we can see at the bottom an input. So if I type, for example, val keys and press tab, you saw I have auto-completion now. And now if I press, I can see the keys. But at the same time, if I just press vol directly, the variable, okay, I got some data, but maybe this is not useful, right? For example, but if I click on it, I can expand. And I mean, you also have the data here, right? Some variables, but this is very small and here is bigger and easier to see the data. And believe me, this is super useful, especially when you are dealing with some data structures that are not part of your script. In this case, for example, young models. This is super nice to see right away. And here on the debug console, you can interact with any Python code that is loaded into memory, not just simple variables. So for example, here I'm dealing with a data structure that you can see is big, right? Coming from the young model. So to see it easy for me, I mean, why not save this data structure into a JSON file and review it there, right? So in my case, I can, for example, create this JSON file. I can copy this part, go to the terminal, open a new terminal, and I mean, I can just type directly this JSON file, and voila. Here is all my data structure that I need to deal, and I mean, this is so much easy to work with, right? While I was preparing for this video, I got a strange bug and I want to share with you what saved me. So I was not seeing anything on the debug console. After a lot of searches, talking with AI, I find out that on my settings, I need to set the console font for the debug console to some value. In my case, it was 0 and it was not displaying anything. And now let's go and fix the bug. We already know that not all the interfaces have the openconfig key. So what we should do instead is to use the get method. So in my case, I need to type get, replace for the brackets, and we can see Copilot is already helping us. And this is a good opportunity just to inspect what he's proposing. In this case, for example, using the get method, we have a way to specify the key, but after we can say what we want in return if the key is not found. In this case, you can see is an open bracket. And then we also have another get method, so we could get the value from the openconfig and state. And in case the state key is not found, you can get an empty bracket. So in this case, if the openconfig is found, it will get a state. If the openconfig key is not found, we will only get a bracket, and that should fix the bug. So let's accept this. Let's run the debugger without a breakpoint, and it worked. I have another tool that is worth knowing. In this case, remember, I have to go through 3 interfaces, not that difficult, but imagine if there are 50. Well, in this case, conditional breakpoints are your friends. Let's go and return the bug. I never thought I will be happy to bring a bug back, but I mean, and to use a conditional breakpoint, let's do a right click, and in this case, use add conditional breakpoint. And in this case, you need to put an expression to evaluate. So in my case is, if the key openconfig is not involved, and press enter. And now you can see I have the breakpoint symbol, but it's a bit different, and press F5. So now it's going to debug, and it already stopped. And now, for example, I already have the watch pane already filled, and you can see I already stopped at the null 0 interface. And if you miss the print statement, let me show you another tool. In this case, as you can see, the bug is fixed. That's some good news. And instead of adding a breakpoint, let's do right click and add a log point. In this case, I also need to put a message to log. And what I have prepared is to have the interface, for example, and as you can see, this is like an F string. This is a string, brackets, and inside the brackets, I have a Python expression to be evaluated. So the interface name, if it has an Ethernet involved, press enter. You can see we get another symbol. And in this case, I can press F5 to run. The debugger is running without interrupting my script. And here on the terminal, you can see, it's like a normal output, but if I go to the debug console, I can see some login messages, which is quite nice to see. Here is the full toolkit. We started with a key error. The script crashed on an interface that didn't have the openconfig key. We used breakpoints and the variable panel to see the data shape. Watch expressions to track when the Ethernet key was missing. The debug console to explore the actual data interactively. Conditional breakpoints to skip straight to the failing interface, and log points for when you want the print style without touching your code. Stop guessing, set a breakpoint, and see what your code is actually doing. All the links are in the description below. The XR Always-On DevNet Sandbox, the script that I used to showcase, the VS Code debugging docs, and everything else. Here is my challenge. Next time you get a traceback you don't understand, set a breakpoint instead of adding print statement. Open the debug console, explore the data. I promise you, it's a great tool. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the Cisco DevNet channel for more content like this, and leave a comment below with any questions you have. Thank you so much for watching.